The Art of Being Ruled. Wyndham Lewis. Original publication 1926. 1989 edition. Narrated by Skeptical Waves. Part 1. Revolution and Progress. Chapter 5. The Oppressive Respectability of Revolution. If ours is an already revolutionized society, it is very imperfectly so. We are in the position of impatient heirs, waiting for a long-expected demise, torn between pious concern for the poor sufferer, and anxiety, since now nothing can avert the catastrophe, which we hope will be a peaceful end, to get on with our business. This situation accounts for the fact of a certain anomaly where the revolutionary tendencies in this revolutionized but still formally traditional society are concerned. Revolution is accepted everywhere, the battle is everywhere won, and yet nothing happens. When it does happen, as in Russia or Italy, no one can pretend that things are changed enough to meet our expectations. Revolution today is taken for granted, and in consequence becomes rather dull. The heir of all the ages, as every one is quite ready to admit that he is, and indeed it would be quite impossible to deny that he is an heir, stands by the deathbed, penniless. The immensely wealthy society, at its last gasp, lies gazing listlessly across the counterpane, staring at a palm, which stares back at him. The evening comes, the day has been spent in idleness. The heir of all the ages retires to his garret at the neighboring inn. The bulletin is issued, no change. Revolutionary politics, revolutionary art, and, oh, the revolutionary mind, is the dullest thing on earth. When we open a revolutionary review, or read a revolutionary speech, we yawn our heads off. It is true, there is nothing else. Everything is correctly, monotonously, dishearteningly revolutionary. What a stupid word. What a stale fuss. A really good, out-and-out reactionary journal is, at first, like a breath of fresh air in the midst of all this turbulent, pretentious, childish optimism. A royalist publication is worth its weight in gold. Catholicism, we feel, is essential to our health. We fly to the past anywhere out of this suspended animation of the so smugly revolutionary present. Out of the detestable crowd of quacks, illumines, couists, and psychologists, that the wealthy deathbed has attracted, and who throng these antechambers of defeat, from all the funeral furnishers, catafalque makers, house agents, lawyers, moneylenders, with their eye on the heir of all the ages, we fly in despair. But the reactionary, a sort of highly respectable, genteel quack, as well, with military mustaches and an aristocratic bearing, is even more stupid, if that were possible, than the revolutionary. We listen to him for a moment, and he unfolds his barren, childish scheme with the muddle-headed emphasis of a very ferocious sheep. He lodges in the garret next to us at the inn, and is in arrears with the rent. The servants, who are all the reddest of revolutionists, of course, hate him. The reactionary, in the long run, does not add to the cheerfulness of the scene. This aspect of revolution, its increasing respectability, is well brought out by Kautsky in Social Revolution. He contrasts the difficult position of a revolutionary formerly, in the salons of the bourgeois, and the very different position today. The revolutionary of yesterday would at present find himself in the tamest situation, surrounded by a benevolent welcome everywhere he went, Kautsky shows. Indeed, he would find nothing but revolutionaries everywhere. At the millionaire's table, in the millionaire's press, as in the cabman's shelter or the labor journal, he would find nothing but the most respectable and discouraging conformity to his eager beliefs. If he were incorrigibly desirous of experiencing the revolutionary thrill and of tasting the rude delights of the outcast, it would be, oh, strangest of paradoxes, in being unradical alone that he could hope to find it. Formerly, it is true, when, even with the majority of cultivated people, socialism was regarded as a crime, as a madness, a bourgeois could only embrace socialism by breaking with the whole of his world. The man who under these circumstances abandoned the ranks of the bourgeoisie to join the ranks of the socialists had to be possessed of an energy, a passion, and a revolutionary conviction much more intense than that required by a workman engaging in the same revolutionary path. It is a very different thing today. Socialism is accepted in the salons, there is no longer any need of any particular energy, it is no longer necessary to break with bourgeois society, in order to bear the name of socialist. That is official revolution, as it could be called. It is today everywhere obligatory, just as evening dress has become more or less obligatory, at the same time, in our society. Every one who has money enough is today a revolutionary, that and the dress suit are the first requisites of a gentleman. There are also a great many unemployed who naturally also are revolutionaries, sharing to the letter their revolutionary opinions with their prosperous brother iconoclasts. It is this that perhaps it would be well to break with a little, unless we are going to die of ennui. Things have gone so far with revolution, it is becoming so palpably, dogmatically, wearisomely, and insolently top dog, that it may someday even have to be rescued from poor old reaction.